I remember we used to go to train at night. Our uncle actually was the one training us during at night, even when it's raining, to just keep us away from all the troubles we had at home and all the worries, just to keep us away from all that all that stuff. And also, he did that because staying at home, it was a lot, because we didn't even have enough money to buy food and all that. So the only meal we would have seen was maybe supper, and that was maybe water. So we'd survive on that.
Kenya has been recognized globally as a home for champions, with the likes of Eliud Kipchoge, Vivian Cheruiyot, and Faith Kipyegon showing and breaking world records. But did you know that Kenya has more than just athletics? And I mean track athletics.
Eliud Kipchoge storms into the history books in Vienna.
Hello and welcome to Traktion. My name is Persil Telewa. Today on the show, we talk about tennis as we focus on Angella Okutoyi, a 19-year-old girl born and raised in Kenya from the orphanage to come and top the world record as she won the Grand Slam title in 2022. Listen to Angella Okutoyi's story, and I hope you get some inspiration.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay.
Thank you. Nice seeing you.
Seeing you.
Persil is my name.
Angela.
We of course know you.
This side is out, so you have to play inside this box. So from this line to the other end of that line. So this inside this box.
Inside the two.
No, this from this line to that line.
Okay.
I mean, for us, we're playing on this box now. So from this line to that line, that's in. But if we were playing from the back, all this big court is in.
The back is actually tiring.
Yeah, it is.
That was hectic for me. I know you prepare every other time, you know, because when I came in, you're actually training.
Yeah.
So how many times in a week do you do that?
I train 5 times in a week.
Do you have specific set days in which, you know, like this is my training day and nothing else?
Yeah, so I usually train Monday to Friday from 8 to 11 or 10, and then in the afternoon from 1 to 3. Yeah.
In between, you take a break?
Yes.
For a meal or what?
Like after my morning practice, I go take lunch for sure. But in between the practice, I usually take water and any energy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned about eating, do you have any particular food?
No,
I
just eat anything that I get healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah.
I was about to say, do you have some ice cream?
No.
And pizza?
No.
You're a young person.
I am.
How do you get to be so disciplined and not get yourself into what your peers eat and fancy more?
Well, it's because I want to be great in tennis, so I have to follow the small principles of tennis. So it has to start now. So that's why I'm doing it.
Talking of principles of tennis, who do you look up to?
I look up to Serena Williams.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Today I actually played with, you know, our own Serena Williams, and I lost. How many loves did you get and whatever? How was our score, by the way?
We're playing tie break. It was, I think, 5 now.
It was what?
5-0. No, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1.
Well, yani, kwa huruma tu.
Yeah.
What occasion do you feel like You've done your best, but you never won.
I think last year at the US Open, yeah, I lost in the third set. I gave it my all, but I came out short, so I didn't win the match. Yeah.
What made you think could have been the problem? Or what is it that you could have done better?
Well, I feel like I started off very slow. So when the match kept going, I started getting my rhythm, but it was too late. And the girl was already on top of me, so it was hard for me to like now be on top of her. Yeah.
How do you deal with losses yourself?
Well, I have my notebook, so I just try. Not I try. I write what went wrong, what went right, and then I get back to the court and practice it. And then I just try to, because you can never succeed if you're succeeding every time. Your failure is it's part of success. So when I'm failing, that's how I'm growing and that's how I'm learning. So when I lose, I take it as a good thing, and yeah.
Have you ever won a match and you are like feeling so much on top of the world that it made you relax a little bit?
Well, I wouldn't say it made me feel like on top, like how you're putting it, but it made me feel happy and motivated to actually go for more. It was the Wimbledon.
Yes.
Yeah, so
that was everybody.
Yeah, so that made me feel like actually I belong here and I'm good at tennis. It didn't make me feel like I'm relaxed. No, it gave me the motivation to keep going.
Was that your first ever, global,
Grand Slam, it's one of the biggest tournaments in tennis. So I would say that was like the big one, like the big achievement I've ever made. But I've had a lot of success even before Wimbledon, but that will be like the most.
That was the icebreaker
Yeah,
for you.
exactly.
Yeah. Let's talk about people who are very, very not informed with tennis or about tennis. When you talk about that Grand Slam, what does that mean?
Well, Grand Slam, it's like World Cup of tennis. It's the big tournament in tennis. It's like World Cup of football. Like that's the main big tournament. So in tennis, we have 4 Grand Slams. So we have the Australian Open. That's the first one. Then we have the French Open. Then we have the Wimbledon, and then now we finish with the US Open.
US Open, yeah.
I mean, now they just finished Roland Garros. That's French Open, and then now they're preparing for Wimbledon. So we have those 4 Grand Slams in tennis, and those are like the big major tournaments in tennis. So if you win that, you're actually good. Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Let's talk about your calendar as an athlete, because right now that is who you are, a professional athlete. When the year begins, you are aware that you're supposed to take part in the French Open, the US Open, the Australian, the Wimbledon. Are you able to take part in all of those tournaments?
Well, for this year, I haven't taken any of them because I've transited to the senior level.
Oh, I see.
When I did that, I was in juniors, and that was last year. Well, I did participate in all the 4 last year, and it was my first time participating in any Grand Slam. So this year, I'm in college. I think everyone knows that, in Urban University. So I'm playing college tournament, and when I went there in January, it was in season. So we had a lot of tournaments every week, every weekend, so from January to May. But after that, like now, I came for Billie Jean King Cup. That's like a futures tournament. And then I have 3 weeks futures in Tunisia. So now I'm trying to build up my ranking for the seniors to now see myself playing in more Grand Slams now in the senior level.
Will you be taking part in Tunisia?
Yes, I will.
Oh, great. So at Urban University, right? In Alabama?
Yeah.
How is,
your study schedule like? Because people know you are in a tennis school or tennis uni, but what is it that you do every other day?
So we train 5 days in a week. I mean, it depends. As I said, when I joined, it was during season tournaments, so a lot of matches. So it depends. If we are playing at home, then we train from Monday to Friday, then we have matches Saturday and Sunday, or sometimes Friday and Sunday. I mean, it depends. So I cannot really give you a specific schedule, but I can just give you a random one. So usually we practice Monday to Friday, and then I usually have individual sessions, just me alone with the coach, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 1 hour. And then after 1 hour, I have 2 classes, 1 hour and a half, and another 1 hour. And then after that, I take my lunch, and then I have team practice in the afternoon. That's when I'm having my individuals, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I have team practice in the afternoon. It depends, time might change. It can be at 1:30, 1:45, or at 2 with the team now, like everyone, for like probably 3 hours or 2 hours. And then we have practice and conditioning, or we have weights before the team practice. And when I don't have my individual, I have early class in the morning, and then I have strategy meeting, I have tutor meeting, I have a lot of stuff. So I do my schoolwork in the morning, so no tennis in the morning, and then I just go for my afternoon practice with the team, and then probably I have weights before the practice.
When you talk about classes,
Yeah.
what happens in these classes?
Well, I study.
What do you learn? What do you study?
So I'm doing, my major is business management. Yeah, so I usually do things close to business management.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Has anything perhaps changed from the way you used to train back here and the way things are done in that part of the world? Because you understand, we are so used to this kind of courts where you're coming and it's all brown and clay and those kind of things. However, things may not be the same there. So
Yeah.
fill me in a little bit.
So definitely it's different. You're in different country, different culture, so it cannot always be the same. And what I've noticed in the US colleges, it's hard court. Like it's very rare to find clay court, especially red clay court. It's usually green clay court. And for sure my schedule has changed because now I have to go to class. But when I was here, I was doing online schooling, so it was easier for me to like manage my time pretty well. And I'm the one studying. Like I'm not going. I have to. Like when I'm in the US, I'm forced to go to class. Not forced, but like I have to go to class. But when I'm doing online, I can manage my own timing when I can do it, when I cannot, according to my training. But in the US, it's different because I have to like, someone has to, that's why I have strategy meeting because they're trying to help me manage my time. So they're telling me you have class at this time, training at this time. So yeah, it's different.
Wow.
Do you feel like if you were in a different environment, perhaps you would have pursued something else?
You know, kids are kids. You want to be a
Yes.
pilot, you want to be a chef, you want to be an engineer. I wanted to be all that, but I feel like my dreams changed because when I was young, people told me I was good at tennis. So once I was told that, I felt like, actually, I can pursue something in tennis even after watching Serena on the TV, saying, okay, you can make a career out of tennis. So I was like, okay, let me now pursue tennis. But also in my head, I wanted to be like a businesswoman. That's why I'm majoring in business management. Yes.
What challenges have you faced ever since you got into professional tennis playing?
Challenges is when you grow, funding becomes a lot because now you need to play a lot of tournaments, and without money you cannot play all that, and without money you cannot play the tournaments to get enough points to now break through even more. But when I was like still a junior, it was easier for me because I was in the ITF center, and ITF, International Tennis Federation, really helped me together with GSPDP, a Grand Slam player development program. They
Yes,
actually helped me a
yeah.
lot. So with their help, it helped me to travel and gain my points and all that. And the good thing is that Kenya used to host some ITF tournaments, grade 4s and 5. And if you check on my calendar, that's how I earned most of my points from playing here in Kenya. But now as a professional or as a senior, it's tough because I don't have enough money to travel. Maybe that's why actually I chose the college path. It's a long path, but that was the only path I had because I didn't have enough funding to support me to travel to a lot of tournaments and break through even earlier. And also another thing is that here in Kenya, they don't host a lot of senior tournaments compared to how they used to host juniors. I mean,
So then that means if you want to take part in seniors, then
you
you
have
need
to
to
travel.
be away.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and there's no funding for that.
Yeah.
But if Kenya were hosting like a lot of futures here, maybe I wouldn't be in college. I would maybe study online and then play tournaments here, just like how I used to do when I was a junior. So yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about you growing up and the kind of background that you had.
Well, growing up, we didn't have much, and my mom passed away while giving birth to me and my sister. So, no, it's fine. So I stayed with my grandmother. So my grandmother took care of us.
Had you seen your grandfather?
No.
Or you never saw
He
your
died
grandfather?
also.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
So, we used to stay with my grandmother in LCVR, Loreto Convent Valley Road, in a 1-bedroom. So all of us in one house, and it was tough for my grandmother because she didn't have much, and my grandmother didn't have enough because she was the only one taking care of 4 kids, actually 5 kids, because our aunt passed away, my grandmother's daughter, and she needed to use like an oxygen. So that cost a lot at that time, and my mom didn't have enough money. So when we were still young, so my aunt and uncle would go to school, and then Rosie and I would stay home, take care of our aunt, and my grandmother would go out and hustle to find money to take care of the rest of us, and also to get enough money to buy the oxygen thing for our aunt. But she passed away, so, and
Sorry.
I don't know. So I remember we used to go to train at night. Our uncle actually was the one training us at night, even when it's raining, to just keep us away from all the troubles we had at home and all the worries, just to keep us away from all that stuff. And also, he did that because staying at home, it was a lot, because we didn't even have enough money to buy food and all that. So the only meal we would have seen was maybe supper, and that was maybe water. So we'd survive on that. So our grandmother was trying, and the good thing, we understood. Yeah, so we weren't like saying, why is she not giving us food and all that. We understood, like, she doesn't have, but she's trying her best to like feed us the little she has. Sometimes she would buy food and just let us eat, and she would not eat. So yeah.
When your mom passed away, you were taken to the orphanage.
No.
Yeah. How did you get to the orphanage?
So our grandmother took us, and then I think it was too tough for her, so she had to take us to the orphanage. And then after, she had rumors that we will be adopted and all that, so she was like, no, let me just take them back. And that's how we're here now. Yeah.
Can I get a hug? I'm so teary.
Yeah.
So look at you. It's so nice that, you guys were not adopted, because look at what you've become.
Yeah.
And what is it that keeps you going every other day?
It's my grandmother.
It's tough. She's still there.
Yeah.
Oh. How does she feel about your wins? How does she feel about the kind of young woman you've grown into?
She feels nice. She feels, I don't know, she feels nice, because all the hard work she gave us, or she put into investing in us, is now paying off. So I feel like she's happy, and she wants us to become even greater players. We are great now, but we have other dreams. We want to be like the Serenas. Yeah, so that's our dream. Yeah.
Kenya is well known for track and field.
Yeah, that's the right.
Yeah. So how are we having this small girl coming up with tennis, and she's doing it? Tell me how that, came about, and how you responded to that.
Yeah, so we all know, like, track and field, it's a big thing here in Kenya, and it still is a big thing. So for me, actually breaking through into the Grand Slams, I knew that was the opportunity to actually show the world that actually in Kenya, we actually have a sport called tennis, and tennis can be known in Kenya. So for me, actually, when I was going to the Grand Slams, and even before Grand Slam, I just wanted to show people that, yes, you're focusing more on track and field and maybe football and other sports, but you should also try and see other sports. Maybe I might be, or tennis might be the only sport that it's not being focused on, but I know there are other sports out there. So like for me, ever since I was young, I just wanted to represent my country and also show that we as Kenyan, like we have the talent. It's not only running, because actually I'm not good at running. When it comes to long distance, I'm not. Maybe that's why I didn't choose that that space. But with the sport I chose, I didn't want to give up, because I wanted to show that we can actually do it. And actually by doing that, I reached the third round of Australian Open, and actually that's when I think Kenyans and everyone knew that, oh, so we have a Kenyan out here. And actually Kenyan is a big sport. Tennis is a big sport here in Kenya, so let's try and, bring other kids. And actually after I did that, we had a lot of kids wanting to come and play tennis, and still are.
You actually opened doors for them.
Yes, exactly. So I want to keep doing that, and we still have, like now, they've built clay courts, so it's a big change for us, because we used to have Maram, and that was like the only courts we had here in Kenya. Nowhere in the world did you find Maram. Now these courts are like the best courts you can possibly ask for. So I'm happy that now things are changing for tennis, and at least now we're hearing tennis somewhere. We're hearing a lot of like tennis sports in Kenya also, and also in the world. So I'm happy that I didn't give up on tennis or thought of, where am I doing tennis? Let me switch, let me go to a place where it's known, like athletics or track and field. But as I said, I want to change this narrative that Kenyans are known only for track and field. I want to change it and let them say, like, tennis, Kenyans are known for other sports too. Yes.
What is it that you look forward to the future?
For me, my goal ever since I started playing tennis is I wanted to be the best in tennis in the world, and I wanted to be the first Kenyan to do that. I mean, I've done it in the juniors, but I want to do it in the seniors. Yeah, and I want to be world number one and win as many Grand Slams as possible, even more than Serena. Why not? And also,
cheers, Serena. Why not?
yeah, and also I want to play the Olympics.
What do you have to tell young people, people your age, people younger than you, who look forward to taking part in sports, regardless of what type of sport?
Well, what I can tell you is I usually have this philosophy: a negative mind will never give you a positive life, and that's something that has really helped me growing up, because as I said, I didn't have much positive stuff while growing up, but I kept myself positive and I believed in myself and believed that doors would open for me one day. So what I can tell you is be grateful for the little things you have or big things you have, and always believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, and just stay positive, and all things will work for you. Yeah.
So after talking to Angella Okutoyi, I'm very happy and fortunate that I have her fraternal sister here. Just introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Roslida Asumo. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Kenya.
Roslida, you and Angela are quite inseparable. So tell me, I'm aware you guys started playing tennis at 4. And I asked Angela the same thing. If you are not playing tennis, what would you be doing?
I don't know. Actually don't know.
Let's talk about Angela's win, the Grand Slam. It was quite major. Everyone was talking about it. And what were your thoughts, about the whole thing? How did you feel? It's your sister.
I felt great her winning the Wimbledon championship, and I'm happy for her winning that. And she wanted to go and play Wimbledon, and she went and played and she won, and that's really good.
What is that you like about tennis so much?
I just like tennis because it's sort of an easy sport to play. It's not something that you have to think about, although you have to think about your matches and all that. But I guess tennis is what I like, and it's just good playing tennis. That's why I chose tennis. Yeah.
And what do you think your grandmother feels about what you two have been able to achieve?
I would say she feels great.
What is your favorite song?
Especially Nigerian songs, but I also like Kenyan songs. I like this song by Butrus, the Angie song.
Angela,
Yeah.
no. Okay.
I know you like teasing, I know
And
you
also
like
Nigerian
freaking, I know
songs.
you sound easy.
Thank you so much, Roslida. Wow, what a story to listen to. I hope you got inspired from Angella Okutoyi's story. And I hope to catch up with you again next Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Kenyan time only on KTN News. If you have a story you'd like to share with us, don't hesitate. Write to us through Traktion at standardmedia.co.ke or DM us on our social media platforms at Traktion or at KTN News KE. You can also follow me on my social media platforms at Persil Telewa on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for more of behind-the-scenes stories. But until then, I hope to catch up with you again as I bring you more inspiration from across the globe. Bye-bye for now.